Yes.
Hi, welcome to episode 93.
Hello.
We're still processing our last game, so if you haven't listened to this episode, go listen to that one. It was a game.
At least no one died.
No one died.
That's not true.
Permanently.
They did die. Tyler?
Permanently, no one died. Before we get into tonight's amazing episode, Hayden has some awesome announcements.
Okay, I'm ready this time.
Yes, you
We're
are.
going to start out with our good pals over at... Oh, we didn't do the... Oh, man. Well, we'll start with our good
World
pals
Anvil?
over at... Yeah, World Anvil. We'll get them next because we're starting with our good friends over at Eldritch Foundry. Custom minis for you, for me, and for everyone in between. Use our discount code at checkout, Roll Slayers, for 15% off. Speaking of discounts, Tyler, what do we get at World Anvil?
They don't get a discount.
Nothing.
They just
What
help
do they
the show.
get?
Oh, what do they get from World Anvil? Subscriptions? Almost everything that you could possibly want as a DM. You can make as many articles as you want on places, people, various items. I have custom fantasy drugs that I've made articles on. You can do timelines. You can do maps, interactive maps where you can link places or people. All sorts of stuff.
Subway systems.
Your own subway systems. Yeah, World Anvil's great. Pretty much any person who wants to build a world in any capacity, whether that's for a novel, whether that's for a game, or even like a board game or something, it's a great place to go for that. Yeah, worldanvil.pxf.io.
I got it. Old time's sake here.
Let's do it.
Worldanvil.pxf.io/rollslayers.
Thank you, John. That's what I needed in my life. Hayden, what else do we got in announcements?
The Slider Kings. Woo, 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 woo.
Yes.
That's right. The Slider Kings over at... Hey, Liz, remember how I told you I'm not going to remember it again?
Sirenscape.
It doesn't... Sirenscape. That's the one. I remembered the whole time. It was just a little oopsie. We love them with their sliders. All the options available in a nice, smooth slide. Head to the Slider Kings today to hear them all in varying formats. We also have all the people that do our music. We've got Scanlan Short Halt Music. We've got Beyond Skyrim. We've got Celestial Aeon Project. I think that's all of them.
That's all of them. You did it.
Wow. And,
Yeah, hit us up on Instagram, on Facebook. Sorry, I cut you off, Hayden.
yeah, you should be. Hit us up on Instagram and Facebook and
Twitter.
And
It's called
get
X.
in the Discord. You can find a link to the Discord on our website.
Yeah, come to our Discord where we make fun of the new Twitter all day long.
There we go. That's what Discord's
That's pretty
for.
much it.
Seriously, every time I pull up something and it sends me there, I end up trying to push the logo
Right?
to get it to exit.
Same.
No.
Like, why am I so dumb? / why is the billionaire who
old.
did this
It's
so
poorly
dumb?
designed.
It's bad UI, but
Well, and because I'm
it's
like,
also-
it's
We're
like
not doing this right now. We're talking
Come
about
to the Discord
in a
for a
browser
continuation of
because
this
I
conversation.
am old.
Check out our other affiliates: Taco Bell, Totino's Pizza.
You can't say that those are our affiliates.
We like them.
Winking
those
out
are our,
Shiraz.
we affiliate with them.
We
they
do.
don't affiliate
Sure.
with us.
Yes.
we're plugging their products
Yeah.
for free.
Free
There
advertising.
are so
Totino's.
much Taco Bell plugs.
Also,
Continually.
hit us on Patreon.
Yeah.
It's patreon.com/rolls.
That is what it is.
And we got some new lights from it, so
Cool. We have
Pretty
patrons
neat.
paying for things.
yeah,
Look at
My
That's
that.
cool.
screen has never felt better lit.
beautiful. I think that's pretty much it. And if it's not, it doesn't matter because we're gonna play some D&D.
Yeah.
So, last we left off, the party bade farewell to their half-orc traveling companion. Professor Fingers went and did a little bit of a grocery run, bought a new 300 GP diamond, and they made their way into the glass city of Adar.
Just a quick trip down to the Kroger for a 300
Thank goodness.
A
diamond.
revivifying diamond.
Thank freaking goodness.
It's important.
It was pretty great. Yeah, he just teleported to another continent, ran to the corner store,
Yeah.
Left us all behind with the creepy noises.
Yes. But you did make your way to the Glass City, entering into the Keystone Hall, the storage place of the city, packed high with crates and boxes and converging rail lines. Very much think end of Indiana Jones when all the boxes are piled in that place where the
Boxes are piled.
Ark of the Covenant is stored. But you guys wander into a vicious battle between Cyrus and some compatriots against this Death Knight that you've encountered before, theorized to be Dayton Ashflower by the Astral Elves. They did mention that.
Cool.
It's been a hot minute.
Sure they did.
I remember them being like, oh yeah, that guy.
And you're like, maybe it's this guy. But you guys did battle with him and his minions, as well as some undead, taking a good chunk out of his health, but not enough that you felt it was sufficient to stay and fight. So, Misty stepping to get the Fanged Brooch, and then Dimension Dooring with Professor Fingers, you all gathered and teleported away. And that's where we left off. Ooh, epic music for this.
Well
As
timed.
you into existence, you find yourself in a familiar, subdued interior. Sunlight filtering through one large triangular window of the office of Brockner Puler. Sitting at his desk, scribbling, you... Oh! You've returned. 1 second. Keeps writing.
What is happening?
And Cyrus is very happily going over to Fingers and clapping him on the back. This guy right here, do you see what he just did? Would you believe it? Would you believe that in our first class together, we were modifying spells. He modified Burning Hands to make it shoot from his fingers instead. Call it Burning Fingers. That was, of course, a little bit more school appropriate than his original title for it. Good to see you guys.
What? Where have you been?
Oh, just here and there. Getting this. I hold up the brooch.
We had some rather distressing, suggestions about where you were and what you were up to. You're
Why
okay.
are you
Puler
hard and why are
stands
your
up,
fingers black and
walks around the desk, and joins you all as you're chatting. So, sorry to cut off friendly chatter. I know you've not seen each other in quite some time. You have it.
Right here.
My faith was placed in the right person, it would seem.
Yes, it was good to broach the subject with you.
He
Oh.
grabs it, and you guys see him start to cast a quick spell. As he finishes it, there's a kind of a subtle reverberation through the air. Can I have everyone make a wisdom save for me?
16.
Oh, hey, actually.
13.
Okay.
18 maybe?
16.
16. Not Cyrus.
Not Cyrus.
Not
okay.
Cyrus.
23.
I can re-roll it
23.
if I fail it.
Okay. He's going to use 2 portent rolls to change Remy's and Bell's to 6s.
I can re-roll it if
Go
I
ahead and
fail
re-roll.
it.
As you would fail.
Hey, but he made me fail?
He did make you fail.
Puler, you.
11.
Okay. As he finishes the spell, this reverberation bursts out, and each of you cannot move. as hold person takes effect.
Cool.
He points over to one of the wardrobes, third shelf. Asks you to go over to it and get.
I'll do that.
So you pull it twice, and there are 4 sets of dimensional shackles within this. If you would please.
Tyler.
I assume that I understand.
Yes.
I'm reading between the lines. Am I shackling them up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
I did notice on portent rolls, you can only use 1 per turn.
Aha.
So does that change anything for you, or was this just done so quickly that none of us noticed?
Yeah, you guys weren't in initiative, as you had no reason to. Yeah, I'd say that just happens. It goes through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So you bring the shackles over and click it onto everyone. And he
This
produces
is for your safety as much as it is for ours.
Quite right. He produces from one of his sleeves several gags, 3 of them that he places around Ruby, or just 2, Ruby and Pun's face, and just affixes those where you guys can't speak. And then Indeed drops hold person, so you're able to move again.
What is happening? Why are you doing this to us?
Please, allow me to explain.
Please.
Yes, please.
Explain.
Yes. Now?
How is this the first time?
Yes. What is
You
wrong?
always
Why
have
are you
something
doing
to
this to us?
say.
Cyrus, can you explain?
Oh, you love these, don't you? And I produce one of Sweaty's pastries and just kind of put it into her mouth.
I would like spit it in his face.
There's no need for that. Look. I have been forthright with you as much as I could be in my time of interacting with you. And indeed, I consider you to be quite trustworthy, wonderful people. But I have not told you the whole truth of everything. These artifacts, I am destroying them. Indeed, I do believe that I can destroy this god. But I have made a deal with it as well. This place, the quintessence. What does it matter? It's not rhetorical. Those of you who are not spellcasters can answer.
What?
What does this place stand for? This place of arcane learning?
Is this like a setup for your monologue? I mean, you can cut the scut and just get to it.
Sure, I'll cut it. Look, the world can be a better place. We discussed this last time. But I need the power to change the world. There is a vault of arcane knowledge somewhere below the lost dwarven city of Banhagbor. This god, this Strife Emperor, Bane, knows of its location. So we are of an accord. I will destroy these pieces of his soul and reabsorb them into, and he holds up his black silk glove, which is now an armored gauntlet on his left hand. This, and he will reveal that location. Now, perhaps he's using me, right? But no. I have control of his soul. I have control of his power. And when I find this arcane vault, no more hunger, no more sickness, no more greed, murder, I will enforce it. As a god.
Oh,
Are you serious?
Yeah, Blaine has offered us a pretty sweet deal here. I mean, we can solve all the problems of the continent.
oh my God.
Cyrus, you've agreed to this as well.
Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't I? We can solve hunger. Look, I've got some literature here that I think you might be very interested in.
Look, you haven't even explained why you look the way that you do. It doesn't exactly bode well for the trustworthiness of this conversation. It's not even a matter of trusting, it's just a matter of not thinking that he can actually pull that off.
And you still haven't explained why you've restrained us. And
Also,
gagged
yes.
them.
Well, they are spellcasters. I don't want to risk anything there. But restrained...
Cyrus,
I'm sorry?
Cyrus, why are you the color that you are? Why is your face dyed like ink?
It's just a side effect of working with Blaine.
And you do see that Puler has the same corruption in his veins. He has not recovered from his last bout with the spear, you can tell. And its destruction.
Oh, have you noticed this? And he's going to lift up the hem of his robe to show off his socks, which are now, firmly elastic around his shins.
There's some nice tailoring on them as well. It's very bougie.
I choose to believe that we can see your now blackened varicose veins in your legs.
Very much so.
Ah,
Honestly, I have no wish to detain you. And will not.
You are currently
You
doing
kinda-
so.
We've been detained. We're detained now.
So do we believe everything that you're saying is a lie, or just that line?
Well, I cannot vouch for my trustworthiness, but I can say that I was truthful for a good amount. And I am being completely
What does that
truthful.
mean?
Meaning I told you what you needed to know.
What you
Well-
wanted us to know?
Because you are heroes, and heroes don't always see clearly.
And what are you, a villain? Is that what you're saying?
I am a necessary evil.
Oh, one of those.
I don't know that I would put it quite into those terms. I mean, we're doing good work here,
So
right?
again, why are we detained?
Because you would attempt to stop me.
where's Fingers?
Oh. Yeah, he rolled a nat 1 on this old person. Forgot about him.
So is he also gagged?
He is.
Okay. Can I?
Boy,
I'm like
this is-
continually motioning that I have things to say.
Okay. Will you not cast spells? Okay. I trust you. Go ahead. Motions to Cyrus to untie your thing.
He's going to do that, and I don't know that we've been properly introduced. My name's Cyrus Gray Malkin.
My name's Ruby. I was going to say pleased to meet you, except that has recently changed. You, sir, always had a funny feeling about you.
As did I. Thank you.
Okay, I'm just saying, how do we know that this sort of affliction that you seem to have is not this evil god infiltrating your minds and causing you to do his bidding, which is to put all his soul in one place so that you can become it, but really it's just gonna be him and y'all are just his puppets?
A fair question. But he has been outmaneuvered. Yes,
Of
he
course.
is attempting
So
to...
you're god level and the rest of us are just heroic pawns
Not yet.
who don't, but you're gonna be. Your
I will.
intelligence is beyond the level of this arcane ancient god.
No. But,
But
he,
you
is,
To have outmaneuvered him.
he is sundered and broken, and he will not be whole as I will hold the peace over him. I have several...
I want nothing to do with any of this,
Good.
honestly.
Good. That is what I was hoping.
Meaning we're just gonna let him become a dark evil god to open the vault of arcane magic so he can save the world?
Exactly why I decided to detain you. I knew some of you would not be receptive to this,
Yeah, I mean, it's basically that, right?
strange...
Same thing, like,
Just
pretty good
trying,
deal, right?
just trying to talk it out. You know, I'm a very verbal processor.
Look,
Bells would
look,
give Ruby a look like, just shut up so we can get away and do something about this.
I As I said, I have no wish to detain you. I have business across the ocean. I will find the final piece. I have found the final piece. I will instruct Cyrus here to stay with you. As soon as I am gone, you are free to go.
What if we don't want Cyrus to stay with us?
That is your prerogative.
I mean, if he's been brainwashed like you have, why
He's
would we
not
want
been
him with
brainwashed.
us?
Wait, you guys don't want to hang out?
You're doing this bidding for this evil god. What?
Y'all two make religion checks, by the way. For me.
Who is y'all two?
The clerics.
Cause you a cleric now.
But apparently I'm
You
not a
with advantage.
spellcaster, so no one's.
For your background.
Can I make a case that I can do a religion too?
Sure.
16.
You are practicing Pellerite.
Yeah.
He is.
Both got 16.
16. What do you got, Hayden?
19.
Okay.
Hayden, Remy understands the corruption in Cyrus's veins, and if it's something like you've seen other monks do in the past or clerics, it has to be burned out with divine power, akin to a restoration spell.
I only have the lesser one of those.
Lesser might work. You're not sure, but
I mean, I have some practical experience. Do I think lesser would work?
with a 19, you're not sure.
Yeah, he's not going to go in confidently with that.
But I would like to open this up for any questions.
Sure. What does it exactly look like on the other end when you've, achieved your goals and been given godlike power and eliminate free will or whatever?
Well, many issues exist within our mortal realm because the gods decided that they would leave, that they would no longer take responsibility for mortals. And that is when we grasped at the weave, gained power. My goal is to eliminate those who stand in the way of peace. The Torvenbergen Jarls and war priests, those within the Shang Brotherhood who turn a blind eye to suffering. Make peace between the Alanko, between the Apostasy, Ascendancy, Navosi Slina. And then I will give up my godhood to someone worthier, someone fitting to see over peace. And I will die.
It would be a noble sacrifice too, because think about all the civil wars we've been seeing. We can get rid of the war, we can get rid of slavery, we can get rid of poverty, we can get rid of just all of these problems that we've been encountering this whole time.
And you are worshippers of gods, and what have they done for that?
It's honestly, it's not even for me doubting your motivation so much, because I've spoken to you a fair amount. I feel like you're probably being honest now. I mean, I've really spent some time trying to crack you because you've been so darn mysterious. All that's to say, I don't think you're being dishonest with us right now. I just don't think that you can pull it off and get those powers, because no one has explained Cyrus's grotesque appearance now. His socks are great, but the rest of it's bad.
It's true, you haven't really explained it.
It's just like Horcruxes and stuff.
It is a gift of my power at this point, a way to assist him in seeing my point of view.
Oh,
So a brainwashing.
Not
Yeah.
necessarily that. It's more insight into
Into your.
my way of thinking.
Oh, so you put your brain inside of his.
No.
You put
So,
your
do you
insight
mind
into
if
him.
we backtrack a little? He went missing from the library here in this place however many weeks ago, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I wasn't here for that, but we've talked it over
Yes.
many a time. I was really looking forward to meeting you, man. Why you gotta turn all weird?
What do you
Anyway.
mean?
I'm just,
No, he was always weird. We should be clear.
okay,
This
all right.
is an
I mean the,
incredible amount of
necrotic style
weird.
weird. Where was he?
Safe in a pocket dimension.
safe.
Under great pain, as we learned from an associate of ours?
The ichor is a painful process, yes.
The ichor.
Mm.
How you do see how none of this seems to bode well for your plan, right? Like you're talking about how you would infect this former student with ichor to get him to be convinced that this was a good plan. That's not.
I did not need Cyrus for this. But I
you
wanted
sure
him.
didn't mind?
You've also clearly lied to us about all of that.
Yes, and I apologize for that.
Oh, that means so much to us.
Well,
It is not my favorite thing to do, but ever since I've been spy master for the Blackthorns, ever since I've delved into divination, there have been things I have to withhold.
Yeah, that makes it so much better.
I do not expect you to understand.
Well,
Hence,
you're kinda
the
hoping we
dimensional
would.
shackles.
So tell me, what happens when you stop all the civil wars and you stop all of the forces that have been causing terrible things in the world, but then they just happen again, or some new, power dynamic arises, or, oh no, that older brother is taking a toy from his little brother. Are you just gonna, annihilate all injustice that has ever existed? Because that would be everyone.
Another fair question. I will not be enforcing that, as I will be dead at that point.
Right. Also, how are you going to hand off this power and to whom?
I've been looking in on several candidates.
This is
Pinnacles of their
ridiculous.
field.
This is ridiculous. Why?
Make an insight check for me, Ruby.
$18?
There's something in his eyes. You don't know what it is necessarily, but it's almost like he doesn't believe some of the words he's saying.
I would like to know what Pun is doing.
I'm gagged.
But are you just
I'm literally
chilling?
I feel like Pun would just be like wide-eyed,
Like,
really confused.
What was your reaction when mentioning the Strife Emperor? I'm just curious.
pretty I tensed.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah.
Okay.
But insight into my mind. I was hired to find an artifact.
Yeah,
I don't know
you're
what the
just
heck-
here for a job.
Yeah, it's like, dude.
this got really confusing
Just give
really
me-
fast for
Yeah.
you.
Dude, just
wait. He's like, oh, these people have
real quick.
history
yeah.
with a capital H.
Just give me gold, dude.
Yeah, you can have 400.
Look,
All
I'm
right.
just going to. He takes the brooch in his gauntleted hand and crushes it, and there's this spark of negative energy that flashes out and then is sucked into the gauntlet, and more spectral pieces of thick plate armor and jagged spikes start to emerge from it. There. One more.
Well, that's new.
Yes.
What is it? You made it since we've seen each other.
No, I've had it. It was a black silk glove once upon a time.
Well, what is it now?
It is the Gauntlet of Bane.
Oh. And I guess that's how you... Wait, has it always been that? Is that new? Did you make that or did you find that?
I've been retrieving these artifacts and assembling them.
Oh.
Their essence, the fragments of this twisted soul. This
see.
evil, bitter being.
I don't understand. You're using this evil, bitter being to give you power over the rest of the world to do good
For their sake.
from this evil, bitter being.
No,
Do
from
you
each
not
other.
see the dissonance?
Look,
How is the power of this evil, bitter being going to help you do anything good?
I'm not using his power. I'm using his essence
Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me.
to achieve power,
Uh-oh.
as well as the arcane vault, secrets untouched since the fall of, well, dwarven civilization.
I would look around
I
do
think
you
at this
not
point
see how
we're really,
this sounds insane?
we're really just talking about semantics here at this point, aren't
Cyrus,
we? Whether
shut
it's power
up.
or
I knew you were gonna say that.
Please.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not a semantic thing to me. I believe you believe everything that you were saying right now. What I don't think that you can do is actually harness all of that power. I'm a little bit more concerned about the potential of you resurrecting, because if I remember right, you probably shouldn't gather all the artifacts in one place if you're planning to. That seems like a big no-no is all.
I will not
don't
be
think-
absorbing the last piece.
He's asinine
you're gonna-
enough to think that he's outmaneuvered a god. Can we really
No, I
reason
don't-
with
I
him
don't-
at this point?
I don't think that he has. That's what. It's not the sincerity. I'm just tired of him lecturing us about.
Exactly. He thinks
No,
he's
it's-
done this great thing, and I really
Let's-
want nothing
let's
else to
just-
do with him.
Let's go with this just being a terrible idea, Professor Pueller. You can't do that. You can't keep going this direction.
Very well. I see that this conversation is fruitless. I wish you well.
Oh God!
Teleports.
Yikes!
Is Cyrus still there?
Cyrus is still there. Cyrus, you are free to unbind your friends if you'd like.
I would like to.
Okay.
Well, I guess I can loosen these up now, and I'll just start loosening everyone's
This-
bindings.
I would
The
just
second-
look at Remy what are we gonna do about this guy?
The second I get unbound, I'm gonna cast Lesser Restoration on Cyrus.
Oh, wow.
So I might grab his hand and just cast it right now.
Cyrus, you clink the shackles off, and Remy turns around and just grabs you by the arm in a semi-aggressive fashion, and there's this flash of burning sensation throughout your arm veins that surges up into your body full and then up into your nasal cavity as there's this screeching in your head
Yuck.
as a large glob of black ichor just drips out of your nostril and
Gross.
flops onto the ground,
Wow.
writhing and then falling still.
Yuck.
Your senses
Stomp on
do
it.
come back to you.
I'm gonna
Cyrus,
stomp it.
I think his response is just going to be too stunned to really do anything other than just looking at it in disgust.
Oh, that was really weird. I did not expect Professor Pueller to try and become a god.
Dick, just for 1 minute here.
Hold on.
Let's
Cyrus, are you
hold that
okay?
thought.
Okay. Holding it.
I think so.
What does he look like? Did all the black stuff go away?
It's kinda big. The whole
Veins
Michael
are
Jackson.
free. His eyes are clear, bright blue. Is that what color his eyes are?
Green.
Green, bright green.
How do his socks
How do your
look?
socks look?
Oh, still fantastic.
Mustache, his mustache even looks
Just
perkier.
needed to know if this is a product of the evil.
No, I picked up the
no.
cantrip mending, and
Oh,
I
okay.
fixed the elastic in my socks.
That was a definitive piece of Cyrus was his saggy, sad socks.
Right.
I love it.
Now they're sharp.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I needed to know if this was part of this evil enchantment business or.
Okay, can I just ask questions?
Yeah. Rapid fire.
Ask them all.
Where are we? Who am I?
No. Pueller's goal is to. Sorry. Pure's goal is to replace Bane, essentially.
Not
Temporarily.
replace Bane. He's not going to become a god of, well, yeah, replace Bane because Bane is the god of tyranny,
Right.
and
You're trying to
absolutely,
parse through what
absolutely,
you
what
can say
he's
or not.
going to do is ensure peace through tyranny.
Yeah, right.
Though he plans to give that up for a peaceful
Sure.
deity.
Sure.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay, great. Wonderful.
Right,
Beautiful.
right,
Well, at
right.
the mention,
With
yeah.
something
At
in
the
his
mention of
eyes.
Bane, pun is like obviously physically like
Yeah, stressed.
stressed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
What's everyone's passive perception?
16,
18.
I think.
12.
Mine's
Okay.
not really.
Can I
Remy,
investigate
have-
something though?
I'm sorry?
Can I investigate something
No.
though?
Remy, can I have a religion check for me real quick as you
6.
spot some iconography on Pun's person?
Oh, that's the one, my friends. 24.
You do spy the holy symbol of Bane, a blackened gauntlet around this goblin's neck.
Yeah, so that's an odd choice.
What do you mean?
Buddy, are you aligned with them? It's
I-
a pleasure to...
I know what this looks like, and I can, I can assure you, I am not. I don't know Pure. Who hired me? Do I know Pure?
You got hired through an intermediary.
No idea who this guy is. Barely know who this guy is. This is just a means to an end.
What is that?
The symbol
Well-
of Bane.
That's exactly what Puler said.
So you're working for
No. Where I come in Tower, you might have to butt in because of all the.
The lures.
Yeah, but where I come from, Bane was forced upon me. This is the only way that I can. I lost a lot of friends in the midst of my life because of the government.
Yeah. Hegemony.
That I was a part of, and I lost my god, and I lost a lot. This is a means to an end, just a tool to be able to give back what I give back in the sense of I lost a lot, and I don't want others to lose anything if I can help it. And so I do not associate myself with Bane other than using the divine power to grant me abilities that I would otherwise not have.
I suppose that makes sense. It doesn't. The optics are not stellar.
Totally makes
Um,
sense.
We'll have to... Let's circle back to that because I'm intrigued. But
You-
also, Cyrus, how do you feel?
Kind of bad. Emotionally. Yeah. I mean, I've been researching this guy Blaine. I didn't see anything about ichors and gauntlets and what's been in my head.
Do you want to help Puler harness the power of this evil god to
Oh
bring peace to the world through his
goodness, no!
tyranny? Okay, all right, good.
No.
That's a step in the
Okay,
right
that seems
direction.
like a big step. Yeah.
I don't know what to do about this.
Maybe we should have listened to that Dread Knight.
Yeah, I think you would probably.
I
Our
don't
Archmage is still in a coma. What do I do?
So that's one thing. One box checked off. Glad you're doing well, Cyrus. I'm just pleased as punch that you're not doing deeds anymore.
Well, circling back, I'm feeling rather poorly.
Can you tell us what really happened to you in the library?
Well, I was studying, reading some books, and then it's kind of hard to piece together past that point. Pain. Woke up in a different kind of dimension, plane of existence. I'm not sure. But yeah, it wasn't really that great. And I was accosted by Master Puler, and he made some very persuasive arguments, which in retrospect might not have been so great.
You want to know what the giveaway was? You were trying to give us literature again.
Oh, he does have a history.
You do remember
Yeah,
just before you left consciousness, there was a page that you had found on. You were going through planes of existence, and you found a page on Acheron, the home plane of existence of Bane.
Okay.
Yuck.
You.
Do I still have it on me?
Let's go
It was
back.
subsequently ripped from the book by Puler.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Well, that seems like a significant first step. Additionally, we have the following item of how are we going to find out where he went, and also how will we get there?
Actually,
Wait.
Cyrus, you know where he went.
Oh.
One of the bonuses of being in that little inner circle for a time. So,
Well, I do know where he went. Where's Venuthra?
Oh, he went back to visit his mother just briefly. I think he'll be joining us again quite shortly.
Actually, his mother is that a euphemism because, I mean, I traveled with the guy.
No, like his actual
We
mom.
found his
Oh.
father,
Oh.
and we did some things with him, and he wanted to go back and visit his mother with his father, and so they're doing that currently. Ruby, have you checked in on him recently?
You know, I haven't.
It's been a while.
I guess I could do that.
Also, we met the king and queen of the Unseelie court.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
It wasn't.
It was
Oh,
not.
yeah, that's
No,
not
it was
what I would
mostly
say.
terrifying.
Oh.
Yeah.
listen, I'm trying to wrap my head around all this, and I think I need to talk to some qualified archmages. We still have 8 archmages left here. No, 7. Yeah, I gotta talk to some people.
Well, yeah, you
Just-
find some information for us because I think that we're going to need to get shipped somewhere quick. Where did he go, Cyrus?
He went across the ocean to the continent of Iodosos, near the city of King Jin. There are a set of mountains to the east of it. One, a collapsed hill recently discovered by a wayward quintessence surveying team, on the behest of Puler, having gained privileged information from certain parties.
Right, and there's only one of these artifacts left, so would I know the
That is
whereabouts of
most
that?
likely the whereabouts of Von Hagborum.
Okay.
You also know that he has garnered a few friends among the Justicars in the Church of the Tetrad, as well as the
Ah, yes.
Quintessence, and has been shipping folks out there the last couple of days
To do.
To like dig up the city.
so that they can find this artifact.
Yeah, he's only got one piece left in order to have the gauntlet at full power and have Blaine show him where the what was it, the arcane room,
Vault.
the arcane vault is.
Are you saying when you say Blaine?
Yeah, that's the name of the guy we're talking about, right?
Oh,
Is
get
it?
you, Cyrus.
You said Bane.
It's Bane.
It's Bane.
You've got to be kidding me.
There's a.
I've been trying to do research on this guy. I've been looking up the wrong name the whole time.
Dude, I was so confused like 30 minutes ago.
I love the image of Kate sitting there being like, "Oh, is this guy's name Blaine or Bane?" Like, what are they
I know
doing?
Bane. Like, I know who Bane is.
It's Bane because that sounds like the evil god, and then I thought he had.
I couldn't tell if
misspoken.
John was just
It was.
had
I
something
knew what,
weird
I
with
knew
his
what was
speech.
happening.
Right. You also know John better than I do.
But yeah, a lot of your vision that you had in the Underdark does now match up with things that have been happening, such as those banners that passed by, or banners of allies of Puler's. You've seen the spear. You've seen a lot of stuff that has come to pass from that vision.
Right. Yeah. And so that's probably all coming together now that I'm no longer under the influence of that ichor.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna just kind of process through that out loud a little bit.
Yeah.
With the details of the vision, it was the banners that all kind of came together with the tetrad and the justicars. Yeah. And Vinny's no longer with us.
I mean, he'll return. He's not gone forever.
Right, he's with us.
Well,
Family.
Cyrus, I would like to just start over now that you're not possessed. My name's Ruby Jane Swamp Hopper, and I've heard so much about you, and I'm very pleased to meet you finally.
Oh, it's nice
As
to meet you,
yourself.
too. Swamp Hopper, you wouldn't happen to be related to the West End Swamp Hoppers over in Stoheller?
Are they from the West End?
Yeah.
I most certainly am. I can make you a real nice map if you need one, or tell you a good tale.
You
no
know
map
of the
is necessary.
cantankerous Bojud Swamp Hopper.
Oh, that I do. Yeah, I am actually from Stoheller myself.
I heard.
Yeah. Haven't been there in a while. For hopefully self-explanatory reasons.
I'd like to say it hasn't changed, but it actually has. Unfortunately. Anyway, we can talk about that later.
Yeah.
Professor Fingers, maybe you had at this point better go and...
He left.
Oh, great.
He went to go talk to people.
Good, yes.
So, bye. We'll meet up later.
I'll approach our new goblin friend over here.
Okay.
So, it's truly a whole symbolic thing for you, huh?
It truly is.
Well, would you accept the payment of 2,000 gold to help us in whatever's going on here?
Well, I didn't get paid for the previous job, so I think there might be a little bit of interest in this.
Wait, like interest in that?
No,
I
no.
owe you interest? Okay.
No. Yeah, I was not expecting that. This was just a job, and so. But at the mention of Bane and knowing kind of what's happening, I'm so confused. But I feel like I should help. So count me in.
Oh, great. I can make it 2,500 if you're not sure.
That sounds great. 2,500 would be great. Yeah, thanks.
Okay. You're sure? Okay. I think that ought to cover it.
So,
Oh, yeah.
what are you
Wait,
guys
how much
doing?
gold was I supposed to have? Buy so many diamonds.
8,300 something?
8333, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
833.
That's what we got from the pile.
51 something. Call 800.
Yeah, speaking of diamonds, how many would you say I have on
Just
hand?
one.
Okay.
But if you'd like to buy more, you may.
Can we find one here?
You want to make an investigation check on what is in Brockner Pueller's?
I want to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
I do,
sure.
for
Oh,
sure.
we're still
Go
there.
through
Okay.
his stuff.
Go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
Who? Everybody?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make one for sure.
You do it.
Mhm.
I do it. I'm
I'll
looking.
allow 3.
Okay.
I've got +1, so.
I was plus
I've
10.
got a
You have plus 10 to
Investigation.
I'll look around a little bit.
But
I've
like
got
my
+5.
perception is so low. Do I roll this? Do I roll that? All right, 25.
24.
25, 24. You guys look all over the place in this.
He's not gonna
Slide
leave
the
us
drawers,
in there.
squeaky clean. Cyrus, you open up a very small cupboard hole. Can I have a strength saving throw?
Saving throw. Oh boy. That's not a good one for me. 9.
9. There is a second when you open up this, and there's this yawning hole of blackness that starts to suck you in, and you put your hand on the like side of the cabinet and slam it shut before you are sucked into this
Whew. All right.
Oh,
hole
lordy.
Cool.
in space.
Pun pipes up. He's okay, right?
Yeah, he's fine.
maybe I misunderstood this, but when originally Cyrus was gathering the bindings for us, did you say he opened the cabinet twice?
So there is a cabinet that basically is open, no doors on it, but it has a sliding like thin wood pane that if you slide it multiple times, different spaces open up upon it.
Got it.
So
So we've looked in there.
Slid it 3 times. Yeah, you slide it back and forth, back and forth. The only thing is a row of dimensional shackles.
Can we take some of those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can have, let me see, where is 7 dimensional shackles if you'd like.
I will take them. Why not?
I want 2-dimensional shackles.
Okay, you can have 2.
Thank you.
So we're in his office. Are we like in a city? I'm assuming.
Yes, you are in the capital city of one of the major city governments, the Blackthorn Ascendancy, on the grounds of a very well-known magic school.
Right.
So, nothing in terms of your investigation, not a scent, not a magic item, not a magic implement, besides these dimensional shackles. Seems like he was very prepared to clean house and leave.
Lame.
Ooh. Hey, is it safe to say that we've had a short rest at this point, Tyler, maybe?
Yeah, I'll give you a short rest.
Thank you. That's a nice little treat for me.
We love treats here.
Little treats.
Little treats. What you got going on, guys? What are you doing?
Oh, gosh.
I would probably.
Okay.
What? Go.
So I was going to say, got to do a little out of charactering here, because I think our best bet is to figure out where we got where he's going. We just have to figure out a way to get there now. And the question is, do we want to try to fully recuperate before we do that, or do you want to take this little short rest treat and take it to go and try to get in that direction? Because I'm sure someone here will teleport us, please.
Personally, the latter.
What?
The latter being go now.
Yeah. Do we want to fart around in the city and take a long rest and then go? Or do we want to just go straight there? Well,
how would we get there?
It would
Oh,
be
you were saying
teleporting
somebody-
us
I
there. Like, I'm sure we could get one of these other big wizards to say, this isn't our favorite thing that's happening, and then drop us off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a short rest kind of guy, so I'm ready. I'm ready to roll any old time.
same.
If you
I would need to recover some spell slots.
I would
Yeah,
also
same.
like that.
A long rest would be really slow.
Well, shall we, sort of find a place in the city to rest and then be off on our way first thing in the morning?
And I will say, I would love to find a diamond.
Yeah, just mark off 300 gold. We don't have to shop
Oh,
around.
okay.
All right, so
We got better things to do than shop right now.
Yeah.
he got it from the commissary that they have here. All right, so if we're not feeling ready to do it, then we're not going to do anyone any good, but maybe we can go and see what Professor Fingers is saying, and from there we can be ready to go post-haste first thing when we're all feeling up to it.
Sure.
That sounds like a plan. I think any preparations that we need to make, because Partner Pueller is going to be, prepared for anything.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
Cyrus,
that's the plan.
do you have any insight in what we're walking into?
Cyrus does. The player John has a limited amount.
From what you can tell, he's been marshaling forces that he's swayed to a certain way of thinking. Justicars, members of the Church of the Tetrad, other Quintessence members, basically gathering them to, hall by hall explore this destroyed city.
Yeah, what I'm imagining is kind of a Raiders of the Lost Ark situation where like you
Very
kind of
much
know
so.
generally where the stuff is and has a lot of resources to pour into it, but
Sure.
maybe doesn't know exactly where it is.
You know that the arcane vault was purported to be below the city, and is one of 3 vaults of myth. One has been discovered in the city of Innsbruck, a elven city, and one has still eluded society. And then the third below Bon Hagborum was lost. They each serve different functions in various mythological senses, but this arcane vault was a vault of pretty much all arcane knowledge. Basically, it was something Mystra, the goddess of the weave, imparted upon this vault of knowledge.
There are no dwarves.
There are, when he said dwarven society was extinct, he meant functionally. There are technically a nation of dwarves under the Galfell Mountains, but those are the only dwarves left in existence.
Okay.
So you guys
I'm relaying that information
Yeah.
to everyone.
You guys are seeking out Professor Pueller.
Professor Fingers.
Or sorry,
Fingers, yeah.
I mean, also Peeler.
Yes, but for different.
But currently, Fingers.
I think Professor Fingers is the most upsetting version of that name. Like, the rest of it's manageable, but Professor Fingers. Is really
I don't know,
upsetting
man.
right now.
You finally do end up finding him in one of the towers. You get ping-ponged around the campus a little bit as he's been visiting the various archmages. And you find him in the Tower of Illusion with a tall, robed, blue dragonborn individual of female build. She has these kind of like sparkling red robes with silver accents. And they're talking just, deeply with one another about various, topics, and you guys kind of sidle up. They make eye contact with you. Oh, hey guys, yeah. This is not good.
That much is clear.
I've been letting everybody know, and they're gonna get in contact with the Mysticum Arcanum, or not the Mysticum Arcanum, the Arcanum, Convocation Arcanum, and then they'll be on alert for a rogue Archmage, I guess, trying to, well, it's not good,
Yeah.
Yes, our friend has stated that.
Pretty bad, you might say.
I'm Quan Xuan. Pleasure to meet you, all. Archmage of Illusion here. Can you give me more detail on what might have happened? Our friend, Professor Fingers, is excited.
Well, Master Pueller has gone off the deep end. He's trying to, he thinks that he can, rather, use this artifact of Bane, this gauntlet, in order to try and channel the essence or the power or the spirit or whatever of Bane. But it seems to be taking control over him, rather. And he's looking for the last artifact that's going to give him an awful lot of power to basically just, remove free will from people, rule through tyranny to take away problems, all that really attractive sounding arch-villain type thing. He's off in Iodosos. I know where he is, roughly.
I'm from Iodosos.
Oh. Maybe you could be of some help then.
Know several circles as well as locations.
Circles as in teleportation circles?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic.
1 second. I must contact myself. Sending spell. You see as teleporting into the building is another duplication of Quan Xuan,
Nice.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I like her.
What seems to be the issue? Oh, Hula has gone insane and is in Iodosos trying to resurrect Faye. Thank you. Yes, I am the prime Quan Chuan. This is my simulacrum. Yes, I can take you to where in Iodosos?
Oh, the
closest to
name.
the mountains.
Was that?
Oh, closest to the mountains as we can get, right?
Which range?
Texted it to me earlier, and I have forgotten the name of it.
That's okay. I can find it real quick right for you. In my world anvil.
Yeah.
The Gimsom Heights.
Hmm.
So, the Gimsom Heights, near Kingjen. I can get you close. I don't actually have a circle within that city, as I do not see eye to eye with some of the people there.
Sure. Well, anything you can provide, any assistance that you can give us would be much appreciated.
Yes, I can marshal several other members and assist you. Today?
Oh, we were thinking maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
We're pretty beat from battle already.
I will say, I've heard some troubling things. Several of our own archmages have disappeared in the recent days, as well as leaders within the Justicars and the Church of the Tetrad. This may not be easy.
Well, that much seems clear.
I know I'm the new guy. Is this a small strike team situation, or from what Cyrus tells us, he's got a lot of resources?
He has a lot of resources, it would seem.
Can
I
we
think
gather some
that-
as well?
Yes, I will be gathering our folk here of the Quintessence. Now that I know the threat and the location of the threat, I will also speak with the Convocation Arcanum. They have members within Iodosos, not within King Jin, but certainly in Kaozu and Herson. And then we have our own top Plolul for one, Hugo Kempf.
Oh, we know him.
Perhaps some Justicars and Hammer Wardens, if I can speak with the Blackthorn.
How quickly do you think you can make all of this come together?
Not quickly. Teleportation is a limited spell.
Oh. You know, I don't know that you have a lot of time for committee meetings, with all due respect.
No,
Can
this
I-
would be cutting through red tape.
Can I do just a little bit of retcon, because I didn't think about this at the moment, but I think Cyrus would have.
Sure.
When we were in Brockner Pueller's office investigating,
Yeah.
is there a possibility I might have found any stray hairs?
Yeah, what was your investigation check?
It was
25.
24.
Let me just make sure. I think he's bald. Let me just pull up his character sheet.
I mean, there's
Flakes of
eyebrow
skin.
Flakes of-
hairs.
You find some-
I know, I'm setting a DC here.
Eyelashes.
I'm setting a DC to see if he's, if hair is plentiful around here or if hair is
I got you.
more difficult to come by.
Fingernail.
Let's
Maybe
see.
he bites his
Beard.
fingernails and like spits them out a lot.
Little like bits
gonna
of
cast
ichor
Clone?
that have just like fallen out of his face while he's in his own office.
Yeah.
You could probably like pick some spittle off of our faces because he was,
Let's
working
see.
with us for so long.
Here
Yeah.
it is.
Sounds great.
Could just go sell.
Bald, gray eyes, thick blue-black beard.
Ooh.
There you
Beard
go.
hairs.
So yes, you are able to find some
Okay.
bluish tinged beard hair.
Okay,
Weird.
I'm going to say I can maybe gather a little bit more information if you give me a moment.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to cast scrying on him.
Yeah.
and his modifier, he needs to do a wisdom saving throw, and his modifier is going to be -15.
What?
So as you go
Because
to
I've got
Sure.
hair, and I know the target well.
as you go to scry upon Brockner Puler,
Oh,
you feel his will break instantly. But as you go to scry upon him, you are shielded by something, or you are blocked by some sort of arcane implement, and you can't quite grasp onto the image.
Probably the glove.
You've-
I'm going
you've-
to guess the glove.
You've seen magical artifacts that prevent divination spells from being cast upon
Okay.
a user. You
Just
assume
nature.
he's been attuned to something such as that,
Okay.
or it could be the gauntlet.
Okay. So we say, well, that didn't quite work. He may be prepared. You know what? Divination. He would be prepared for that kind of thing.
Of course he would. Unfortunately, he knows a lot of things that we should not know.
Apparently,
Thankfully, I've been able to keep him off my case because, illusion. But, yeah. He was vying for Spot. I'm sure of it. The Archmage position.
mhm.
I think it might have been a bit bigger than that in this case.
Well, he obviously has grander ambitions now.
Okay, well, so that still leaves us at a loss of what to do now. Should we? I'm of the mind at this point, it sounds like resources needed to deal with this threat are not going to be available to us right now, will they?
I will certainly get you as much help as possible, if you indeed take this upon yourself, but I do not. This is a large task. One might say a heroic one, and not something that should be stepped into lightly. So, I completely understand if this is something you do not want to meddle in.
We've already stepped in and out of this multiple times. I don't think that there's really a question. Are you considering not pursuing this at all? And I'd
Of
look
course not.
around. No, I'd look around to my companions.
Okay.
Is this a question at all?
Or
Remy?
What is the question? That what?
Are we doing this or not? Is there any question of whether or not we're going to do this?
The question is, do we wait for them to pull their scut together, or
Or
do we
just
just
go?
get on the road, take a rest somewhere on the way, and make a plan when we get there?
I can. Yeah, I character
Or
voice. I think the only
alternatively-
question at this point is a question of strategy, and if the nearest teleportation circle is still a little ways away from where I know that Puler is, then maybe we should go ahead and make our way there. I can get us through the teleportation circle. That's not a problem. And then I guess we can just long rest once we're there and once we're on the way.
All right.
here's a question. Do we think that Dread Knight that blew up this office previously and that was also
Yes.
trying to get to the brooch, do you think he's also trying to resurrect this god, or do you think he's trying to stop Puler from doing it? Do you...
Slow down. The Death Knight from the attack on Erringal, you found it again?
He was
Oh,
waiting
yes.
for us at where the brooch was under the ocean.
Cult of Bane, looking for the brooch. That is... You said that he was, trying to stop this?
It's difficult to know if he's wanting the pieces for himself or wanting to stop Puler from getting them.
Cyrus, did he say anything to your team before the fighting started?
The Death Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah, He said that there is a group that does want to resurrect Bane, and that cannot happen.
Okay.
Death Knight said that cannot happen.
No, that's what Pueller said about the Death Knight.
The Death Knight
Oh,
wants to
right.
resurrect Bane.
Yes.
Got it.
Pueller's like, nah, I'm gonna replace
Is that
him.
true?
Well, and
Make an
also,
inside check, I guess.
and also the woman that we're talking to, I forget her name. Sorry, now is saying that Pure is wanting to resurrect Bane.
No.
Oh, I thought okay.
No.
That one.
That one? I mean, as far as you can tell, he's being honest. That is...
So we have multiple groups wanting
Probably.
to resurrect Bane.
I'm kind of the mind that they're independent. Like, that if the god is doing anything, maybe it's working multiple angles. If it might truly just be dead and doing not a whole lot, and just a bunch of people are working towards what will ultimately be bringing it back to life.
Does this
But
Death Knight know the location of the...
I was gonna say we're gonna have to anticipate running into him again.
What was his name that we learned from?
Daden Ashflower?
All right, I would mention that to Dragonborn Lady.
Okay. Okay.
Does she know things?
She knows what you know.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there's not much to it. She kind of sighs. Huh. Former paladin of Coralon, breaker of oaths. Thought he was a myth.
He's very real and very scary.
Well,
You know him.
no, I've heard of him. Some friends of Lenoros up in Eltexia mentioned that he mentioned a David Ashflower, and
You know Lenoros.
no, I know some of his compatriots.
So he's real and doing things.
Lenoros?
Yes.
I would hope so. He sees over an entire city.
Does he really?
Yes, city of Esselun. It's got a the link to the Feywild there, and more ancient city than most.
We saw. Do you remember the stories of him?
Mm-hmm. When we were coming back from Acheron, we passed through the Astral Sea and we're
Back
in
up, Acheron, Astral Sea.
Yep.
Yes, we were there also. It's not important.
It's a very long
right
story.
now.
I can tell it
Yes.
if you wish.
No.
However, I don't
Broad
know that we
strokes, I
have
guess.
time for that.
You were in the Astral Sea.
And we ended up in Solaris?
Solas.
Solas. Yeah. And
Not? Interesting.
I mean, yeah, mostly. They were honestly right nice.
We stole a boat.
We sent it
and
back.
got away.
Okay. This is a
That's
lot.
neither here nor there for all
process.
of this, though.
So you met with the elves, and that's how you figured out about this Death Knight. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Are there any more pertinent bits of information that you have neglected to let me know before I send you off to rest or whatever you're going to do?
I really don't know.
Can you teach me this circle?
I don't have any circles in the area. I would have to teleport you myself. As I said, I've had my
Okay.
spats with the government of King Jin.
Okay.
Wait,
Is
so
there-
so he's saying that he could, or she's saying that she could just teleport us
Correct.
there.
She'll
Okay,
bring
so-
you, but she's saying teleportation is limited, so she can't bring a large force. She
Right,
can only
okay,
bring you and then ferry people across throughout the days.
Okay.
Is there-
Okay.
Are there any other resources or people that you can send with us?
No, I mean, here's the thing. We're going to have to marshal forces. I'm going to have to talk to various leaders, Justicar commanders, Hugo Kempf, and then get them to get their people. I don't have jurisdiction. I'm trying to cut as much red tape as possible, but that
Maybe
means
we
calling
do
in
need an
favors.
emperor.
Okay, well, how about this? We're going over now. If you give us a sending stone to stay in touch. We can maybe do some of the work beforehand.
I mean, that could work. Number 2. You see coming up the stairs around another simulacrum of this dragonborn. Yes.
Another one.
Sending stones. Very well. Goes back downstairs. Time later produces a single sending stone carved in the visage of just a smiling old man, and it's kind of like this weathered tan stone. Gives you one. She keeps the other. So, now?
Does my sending spell have any kind of like, can it cross the ocean to Vinny?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know you took. Oh wait.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Like, should we tell him that we're going to a new continent real quick?
Ruby,
Well, now
could
we-
you
Just real quick.
check in
Yeah.
with Venuthra and see if perhaps he could join us soon?
Yep.
Oh, that would be great.
Cyrus, do you still have that horrible figure?
Oh, you mean Ralphie?
Oh God.
Okay, describe Ralphie for the
Uh.
people that haven't met Ralphie.
He's a horrible ventriloquist dummy with an eye dug out and a glass eye shoved in there. And I think it'd be reasonable to say he has a horn now as well, and I use him for all my clairvoyance spells.
Love it. Oh yeah, the ear horn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that? Like a horn out of his head?
no, like an ear horn.
Like an ear
Like
trumpet.
to list, like to be able to hear, like
Oh.
what
Well, as
you're
you get ready to send to Vinny,
Mm-hmm.
that's where we're gonna end tonight's episode.
All right.
Congrats,
Well, I already hit cast on that, so.
you guys. You guys made it to the end game.
Literal
Guys, it's been 2
with a
years.
gauntlet and an